We're making time here. Definitely will continue to make time right now. Right now. Okay. Alright. But it seems like we're dealing with things right now. Hello, greetings. This is from the bedside. It's not a cute, quirky little name for a podcast. It really is true that I am just laying down on not even a bed. It's like not even a couch. It's like 2 planks of wood with some cushioning on it, stapled around as a fabric to withhold the cushions. And those 2 planks serve as a manual couch or a bed. So I turn it inside out. And that's pretty much what it is. And I can't even stretch my feet out. It's way too small. Like, okay, I think that's what those edges are for. It's like for someone to be able to sleep in this direction, but it's like really awkward, really uncomfortable. My feet end up hanging out. I don't have that much space, really. I mean, I guess it could be worse. It could be like one of those Japanese, fucking Chinese, like really small living spaces. But I don't, I didn't get to eat today. I didn't get to do shit. Just lay down and rot in my fucking back. And yeah, so this video just had to be because, I just uploaded some things, and it would seem, not because there's any appeal or interest in my creations, obviously. I mean, it's completely contestable that I am like even in the fucking stratosphere of things like internet land. But I mean, seldom do people reach out and say anything to me about anything, and it's really anticlimactic and underwhelming for me anyway to like talk to people anyway. Yeah, this is the diction, that strifens you. It really does. Really does do a number on us. Anyway, it's always something, man. It's always fucking something. With you peoples up there in wherever land. But yes. Do you like jazz? Yes. No, I'm joking. All I will say though, as I've uploaded new things, and obviously I'm not that much of a busy beaver. As much as I'd love to be a busy ass fucking beaver, I'm not that guy. And I just want to kind of get to some things here that are very extra judicial, like extra curricular for me. But what isn't like a laborious fucking activity for me nowadays? Anyway, I'm just really annoyed at everything, really, every fucking thing. And I understand that people get annoyed, but I don't think people really get how jaded a man with a disability can be in this climate. But anyway, enough of me. Now more of the other me. I'm joking. I've done a lot of things that aren't even beneficial for me. I could be creating revenue, but I can't think like that. I don't even want to think like that. Okay, so anyway, so I obviously get into shit all the time. I'm always commenting things on here. But, wow. Wow. No. All comments. And so, yeah. It's just funny. It's just funny. But anyway. So there's this fucking, like, thing right now where some dude posted on Facebook, like, well, I don't know if you can listen to it, but, I'll try to, like, make you privy to it, at least in the sound bite, because I don't know if I can use his name and likeness, and I would not like to disrespect someone like that, so let's just do it this way. But
man, y'all white folks can quit talking about we need to get some jobs, bitch. Y'all can quit talking about that. We ain't never working again. Fuck y'all and y'all jobs. Did you understand that? White folks, can y'all hear black folks now? Fuck y'all jobs. Fuck you and your jobs. Man, y'all white.
And this shit is like getting mad fire, right? It's like almost 4K reacts, over 3K comments, and over 110K views. It's pretty wild, but I'm pretty sure I saw it because of its traction, right? Of its demographic widespread attraction. And here I am commenting on things I know damn right I shouldn't be saying shit. But that's what I was telling you. Extracurricular. Extrajudicial. So here, I'm butting in all the time, throwing in really, I guess you could call them slightly inflammatory comments, because they aren't intended to ease, those people who need their feathers ruffled. Catch my meaning. But anyway, what could I do with words? You mince words with actions anyway. So, what you just heard that man say, I said, damn right. Proof is all these asshats. I'm verbatim reading off of here. All these asshats trying to tell you they'll make you a slave, because on the comment section there's like all these dudes just like talking all this shit, like, you may not want a job so you can have your old title back. Basically calling, oh yeah, and they straight up say cotton picker, N-word, all this. No wonder the dude has his attitude. Like, no wonder he's like, fuck all y'all. Like, this is what you have to deal with when you say, fuck that shit. All this weight, but God bless the man, because there's so many people behind him, what he's saying, so I'm just glad that he's not alone at all. And these people really want him to feel bad about something that they really, really should stop. But anyway, damn right, proof is all these asshats trying to tell you they'll make you a slave. They aren't hiding the fact that they've never seen anyone other than white as human. I'm not playing on anybody's heartstrings, by the way. I'm just saying things factually. But other than, anyone other than white as human, and we all know the darker you are, the harder things become. Obviously there's differences, but because perhaps there is a slight exception, as is with anything. But thank the man who is revealing himself once again, as we know certain attitudes and subjectivities are to be expected, yet denied. Today he no longer denies much of anything. If anything, he wears it as a trophy, as do all hunters and killers of good things. A man with that history can only wear his shame out as if, it were character enriching. The very flaw is to be turned into a power. Wherever fear is, they turn it inside out. Fear is a tool. Who is being used is up to the self. When you live in that fear of being treated the way you treated others, no positive change can occur. Only reinforcement of the repressed desire to be loved by everyone. Knowing damn well that it only exists for the righteous, the divine, and the just, when you begin to comprehend how your own selfishness and greed is unchained, you have to appropriate and assimilate resources as your own, turning a blind eye to everything but your prize. It's in the nature of an apex predator. I would agree they have the advantage of the largest scale, yet the human heart and soul would never allow for them to relish in their tyranny comfortably. Which is why we have thousand-year genocides and depopulation galore, so long as there is a difference they cannot amend and or refuse to accept, you know that it was never meant to be for anyone but the high society neo-aristocratic demagoguery. And that's just a synonym, obviously, of many, which we can refer to them as, but there's this guy, Greg, I won't even say his last name, says, "Yet you ain't even black. You can't even spell ain't right." Like, God, is he trying to appropriate Ebonics now by reclaiming and even further reducing the fucking abbreviative term to like ant instead of ain't? God, this is what I mean. Like, you're you know, it's a drop of water in a fucking sewer. So what I replied to him is, and he looks like an older man and everything. I don't know who he is. I didn't look into him. I don't pry into people just to try to get vengeance. I don't know. Anyway, I said, very good observation. That much is true. I don't feel the need to choose a side. Anywhere that life is abused, be it from the blackest to the whitest to anything in between, is to be contested on its moral, ethical, and foundational merits. Corporately agentic tactics aside, we live in a much broader world than we once knew. And even then, I don't represent any one cell, but from experientially perceptive amalgamation. In other words, life is to be protected, nourished, and to be set in motion to thrive. The highest intelligence is an empathic one. Even if this level of insanity works for a few centuries, nothing can outlive the will to be and to want the best for everyone, including you or I, yet not excluding others. We obviously don't believe in exact utopias, rather atopias, amorphous, palatial, yet somehow imprisoning, life-threatening. This isn't the future the real people of America and the world voted for or worked for. That much I'd like to concur with you. Then again, I will not assume nor give credibility where trust has not been created and ensured. I do not offer solutions, only realistic direction of all things contingent. That's just off the top, right? So much shit I say on a daily basis, I don't even know like where to begin, but they say, well, begin from the beginning, in the beginning. God. The fuck? Anyway. Oh, I get... It's weird how on these like government phones you get all these unwanted messages concerning the president, like Trump this, Trump that. The fuck? I think the number they gave me used to be to some sort of a broker or real estate agent guy, and like the guy's name is actually Donald Poindexter. I remember a lady who called me and she's like, "You're not Donald Poindexter?" I'm like, no. I started fucking with people and answer and be like, "Yeah, I'm Donald Poindexter," and they're like, what a name. Like, this guy must have been extremely wealthy. And like, it's so weird that like now, like the government fucking issued his fucking number to like a free fucking line, and now they're like, I get all this weird Trump shit. Like, I don't follow anybody. I didn't even care about Obama or any president ever in the fucking world. Like, I don't give a flying shit about any fucking leaders. I mean, I'm here. Like, I'm getting these messages. Something huge just broke, Donald. They're calling me Donald. Like, so I'm on a list, like, my number is for somebody who apparently has all these connections and probably wanted to abandon all of them for God knows what reason. And, yeah. Well, like I said, somebody called me, like, several months ago, was like, dude, this Donald guy, you're gonna get a lot of calls and messages regarding him. Dude, I've cussed so many people out pretending to be this Donald guy. And I'm like, I have no idea who this is. Or if it's a joke or what, but I really doubt it. But yeah. I don't do any of those things, but it's interesting to me. It's just fucking interesting. But anyway, the reason I picked my phone up was to show you bastards these messages, which I don't even want to look them up. I got a random message from a random number. These are all spam, by the way. It says, without help, she'll choose abortion in fear. You can meet her with the truth and hope. Step forward. I don't know who these people are, but I have so many problems. I don't need to know about the world's problems or whatever, like, unless it's really pertinent. But anyway. There's more. I'll look right now, actually. I have to pull it up, but wait. I am sober as shit, by the way, and I slept basically on and off all day. I still feel like shit. I'm still sore and I'm still tired, but I can't sleep, so that's like the worst fucking feeling ever. But and I have no food. I'm just fasting, you know. It's like, it's really hard, but it's something I gotta do, I guess. Fuck. So yeah, what I said to the guy is like still standing is true for me. This was a comment that wasn't a proof on a page called the Golden Age. I just joined it to see, like, you have to understand how these people think and what, and then I see a lot of, like, you know, I guess, a lot of brown people responding to a lot of the things that are, like, very pro alt-right or whatever, right? And I'm not really, like, I'm just curious to know, and, like, a lot of these things, some of these things are funny, some of them just, like, not react to it, you just kind of, like, look at them. But sometimes I do comment, and I try not to make any comments that make any direct references to anything, but to try to be, you know, neutral, as liberating as it could be. But I don't believe in, you know, liberation rights or anything, or liberationist movements, or any movement. Therefore, I've already been very clear about that. But here is a message that was not approved. You can see right here, it's like faded text, like it's pending, and it never made it in. And like something happened where someone was like, this is now a private group, so the floodgates have been opened. I was like, what the fuck? They really feel threatened by somebody like having a legit observation and critique of what they're posting and shit. So it's like they love the echo chamber, you know. So I said, because there was like an image of like a Ring camera footage, but it's all AI because there's like Donald Trump is at like the foot of the door of like some classic front American porch, and it's like just him staring into the camera. It's like on a Trump page. It's funny. They're like, what would you do? Like, yeah, what are these guys gonna say? They're gonna, like, you know, you're gonna, you know, do whatever, praise him and all this, lick his balls and his boots and everything. So I was like, oh, I wonder. And I read the comments, and I shouldn't have done that. That was on me. I was like, I know better. But I decided to comment anyway. This is what I said. And because, like, there was a lady who was like, I'd pee And I'd cry, and then I'd let him in for a cup of tea, and I'm like, you think that motherfucker even wants your fucking tea, man? He'll be like, you have to buy my Trump tea. For the fuck is wrong with y'all? You really think he's like for people and shit? Like, come on, like, he's making it so much harder for everybody, including your own. But anyway, here it is. You know, the level of cognitive dissonance is just amazing. But so to that lady, I said, well, there was another comment, but they can no longer view my comment, but and I can no longer talk to them, and I blocked them. But there was like a whole surge of security here where everyone's like, yeah, that'll never happen. This is an amazing fucking page, though. It's crazy. But anyway, I believe what I said was, Jesus Christ? Nah, we got the big T in the house. Oh no, I'll actually tell you what I said to this other person. It's actually pretty crazy. It wasn't this. It was just the image of the Trump guy in the Ring camera. And I just said this, like, I didn't say anything other than, because this was a different comment. Sorry, I mistook. This comment was a singular comment. It wasn't a response to anybody. There is one, though, where that lady said that she would, because there was a separate comment. I commented, I think, twice, but like one it was me, and then the second one it was for her. And that comment was like, it went everywhere. She's like, oh, why don't you deport yourself? And I'm like, I'm American, you fucking retard. Like, I just started going at it, and I didn't even realize it looked like an older lady. Obviously, but she came at me because what I said was, actually, I have to be completely honest. I was like, when it said, what would you do, you know, if this man was in front of your house and it was Trump, and they're like, oh, we'll let him in, everybody, we'll have a party, we'll do this and that, and right? That was the attitude. And this lady said that she would pee and cry and then let him in for like some tea or to fuck or whatever. And I was like, okay. I was like, but then, you know, what I didn't say what if, but I said, and then he grabs you by the, and then I put ... like, oh, what was it that he said? And then she reacted like an angry reaction and said, deport yourself now. They'll come for you soon. I'm like, I'm American, you fucking retard. I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm fucking American. Oh, bitch. People know. Sometimes I try to cross the border and not even say, like, when I'm on my way back into the U.S. and be like, not even show them my credentials, because I know I'm an American citizen. So I say, American citizen. Sometimes I go and, like, they won't even ask me. And I won't have documents on my hand. And they'll be like, walk through. Like, how do people fucking know? How could they just tell? Like, I'm still brown, yet somehow people are like, oh, he's American. Even when I don't say so and I speak perfect Spanish, they're like, you're American. I'm like, what the fuck? How do they fucking know this? How do they know that I either speak either language or believe whatever that they fuck up though? They'll assume way too much and they'll lose track of that shit. I'm like, okay, this guy's just really good at profiling people, I guess. But yeah. So I told that bitch that, and then she got angry and she's like, deport yourself. And I was like, whoa, I unleashed like whole slew of things, and yeah. But it's actually way too fucking funny to talk about. But I you know, I said what I said, and it probably went over her head. I was like, you have a very selective memory, don't you? Well, she put like all these American flags, like emojis, and I put like fucking 40, 50, or even 100 American flags in a row, like topping her fucking little emoji list for like, you know, 80% more of whatever the fuck. I was like, look, I'm more American than you. I have more American flags. Like, playing your little fucking game. Like, whoa. You know, that doesn't make me un-American, dumbass. Anyway. So I don't care how old you are, what you represent, what order you're in, or whatever the fucking weird bullshit you're on. So I'm going to tell you, you're full of shit. So anyway, what I said by myself, not reacting to that fucking piece of shit, is, Jesus Christ? Nah. We got the big T in the house. Better prices? Yeah. Well, the price gouging is deliberate. certain people won't be able to afford certain goods and services. And it seems that the well-to-do don't mind paying extra as long as these other savages are pushed out. A lot of these dissenters are mobilized by the Hegelian dialectic, which makes it imperative for them to fall in a certain category and fulfill the role of this controlled level of self-destruction. It's very methodical, Machiavellian even. Only those who have will have, and those who don't won't. A friend in Texas once told me, "They're making lies about them." All lies? Then look at the condition of the average American and say, there it is. It's all their fault and undoing. My president is the holy grail of reason and truth. Might as well be Julius Caesar. Even he must envy the predatory prowess of your immaculate leader. You may say, "At least he's honest." That's when you know that some crave the decay of society. They created the destabilizing constructs which we live under. You like the game they're playing, and you're all amazing actors. Top notch. Hollywood doesn't have a chance against these dark emissaries. Flesh out the weak, the meek, and the stupid. No time for rehabilitation or reconsideration, just annihilation. Much easier to eliminate the problem than to treat it. Call these other people by convenient terms to avoid showing humanity and decompensating themselves as opulence. Who doesn't want to live like a king or queen? Me. They have always been disgusting, if ever rarely worthy of the power they possess. Or, yeah, I did say that. If ever rarely worthy of the power they possess, who cares what end justifies the means? Democracy. Fraudulent claims of attacker idleness. Now they want to put you to work because they really don't want to do it themselves. So it's AI, robot, community service, and prisoners, and the lower middle class and bottom feeders at the mercy of the avaricious. I really touch a lot of nerves, man. I don't deny that. I step on a lot of fucking toes, even my own toes, people's toes that want to help supposedly but don't know how to help, so they end up making things worse by inputting their erroneous philosophy on things that don't need it. But we're here, aren't we? And I'm broke and I got nothing to show for any of the so-called knowledge. People are like, "You went to school? You academia? You went to college, didn't you? You went to university? You studied something. You're smart. You know things." I'm like, why people? I'm a dropout, a fuck up, a complete fucking dumb piece of shit. Like, and even then, I don't believe I deserve inhumanity, because I know the level of shittiness that we can get to is. A lot of us have guilt trips. Even prisoners haven't committed as much horrible crime as leaders. But, you can't compare apples and oranges, man. You really can't. It's one of those things, right? But, my fucked doesn't make your fucked any less fucked now, does it? It's you're still fucked, so we all gotta help ourselves, treat ourselves well, and treat others well. That's all I have to say. I do get out of hand and out of pocket, but these guys don't give you an opportunity, and they'll keep thinking the same horrible shit they do, and you might as well blow the lid off of it. Enough has happened that we remember. It's like they only want you to remember the things you did, but they don't want you to think about the things they did. Like, it's like one dude said, yeah, they really are willing to blow the whole world up instead of facing the consequences of their abuse and their atrocities and all the incidents. Because if only you knew the actual extent of everything and the actual information, God, you don't want to fucking know. It's like they say, you don't want to know who's working behind that desk, but now I do. Now I do, because I'm willing to starve to fucking death, like, as opposed to taking your fucking poison, because we're already on that verge. Lady, you told me to deport myself, it doesn't make any sense because I can go back. But in all actuality, a lot of Americans are leaving. Actual Americans, like people that you consider American, based on the fact that they've settled there for several generations, despite other people being even longer there than you. But yet, I think your argument relies on the basis of the oppression of others. That's actually true, and you will laugh because it's true. Inarguably true. And now it's like a point of pride. Oh, I don't even pity the fool anymore. I egg the fool to like continue pastorally, but yeah, we're here. And people think I'm American, yet when I actually speak my mind in the most, detailed, acerbic nature, then like, it goes over the head. It doesn't even become reacted to. Like, as soon as I actually open my mind up and like whatever argument they have, they just go away. It's like they don't even want to entertain it. Why? Because it's, they understand that they can't win that way. It has to be violence. Violence, ironically, trumps nobility. Right? Innocence. Creativity. Violence is the grand all-be-all in this world. Okay? Perhaps it's touchable here, but maybe in other areas of life and its posterior states could help give you an idea of what that may feel or look like. But when I say feel or look, it's very human of me to say that. I don't know. I have astral projected before, and that's the whole other thing. That to get into that, we'd have to like talk about experiences in which, it's like people say, I've experienced Jesus, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but I know that things have happened to me where I can't even begin to express, to explain, to try to communicate it, that nobody would believe me, and only I would know. That's pretty hard to deny at that point, because you're either looking at you're mentally ill or you're not mentally ill, and or you're both. You're mentally ill and you're aware of it, or you think it's mental illness, but in reality, there really is another force at work here, or both. It works in all planes: mental, physical, metaphysical. And when you get into that kind of drudgery, like I said drudge, by the way, my pronunciation's not that great, but yeah. So when you get into all those semantics, it could come down to just a few things if you root it down to its cause. But yeah, it's very true for me too. That's just this realm, that violence, that very debased way of operating. It's very pertinent to the terrestrial. I mean, the mundane. We're here to lose, man. This place is a testing ground for many different things, and if this is too much already, to be dead and unaware of everything must be glory. That must be the true reward. But then what happens if it doesn't end just there, And that's a question for another time, man, because we shouldn't be thinking about certain things, man, because they don't help us. But that's why knowledge is a burden, because we don't live like the animals. The animals live out their life cycle. They try, but we fuck it up. They fucking try to do everything by nature, and we really know how to fuck nature up. By we, I mean not actually I, because I'm not contributing even collectively. Well, I am unintentionally, but the factors of that, it's a social murder. It's a social, or it's empirical also. Very pragmatic, but it works just for a time. It's like the calendar. I mean, you need to fix things on it. You need to like be very precise in order for things to fall on a certain day and things. And then when you think about that, at the imperfection of our systems and things, and it's just because we like improving them. I mean, we're not. If you have a complete defeatist trying to improve technology and society and infrastructure and all these systemic institutional things, then we probably wouldn't get anywhere. But these things are preliminarily set to function in certain ways, and when you get into all that, I mean, you start talking to Noam Chomsky and Zizek and all these fucking dudes, and that's just like extra. It's all extra. Even post-ideology and all these other things, I mean, we can discuss them in a manner where it's a round table, but you still have a round table of people who don't know any better, because we're still fucking living that shit. We're just able to articulate a little better what we're experiencing. And when I mean by we, I don't mean like I'm Einstein, you motherfucker. I don't have that level of arrogance or despotism in me like you. But yeah, when I mean you, I don't mean the viewer. Like, I'm talking to the residents of the core beliefs of the people who actually believe this shit. Not my fucking public audience or whoever, even if it is that person I'm actually talking to. I don't even mean to antagonize you, but if I soften anything up, you won't even care, because you like it given like you give it, hard and rough. So, I mean, they do. They're like, they beg to get choked during sex. They want to get pegged, man. Fuck. Not me. I've been offered, actually, and you could imagine they want me to say yeah. I'm like, oh, I know what you see in me, and it's not gonna happen. Not willingly. Don't want to give you any ideas there, but shit, nothing's free. Nothing's okay. Nothing's right. And that's gonna be, the case forever, as long as you're a human, as long as we live in this dense of a reality. I mean, yes, okay, there's a lot of people say the dude with the crazy hair, Santos Bonacci, like, that dude is not fucking crazy. That dude just knows way too fucking much. Way too fucking much for his own good. And he understands it, and he's still doing shit. He's doing Patreons and doing, sponsors and shit like that. The guy that off grid, like, doing that shit. I just wish I could get on that kind of level, but I know I'm nothing. Like, I'm not that guy. I really just admire that, but I don't want to be it. It's a lot of responsibility, a lot. And so I'm very humbled, extremely fucking humbled, even though it may not come off that way at first, but it really is that way. So anyway, without further ado, thank you for sticking around, if you're even around. If not, then this serves as if you're watching this later, to snack or something. What's up? It's all gooch in the cooch for the pooch. But shit, dogs don't go to heaven. All dogs. Woof. 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 Do you think, like, early rappers were like the beginning of the furry movement? They're always like, woo, like, talk about gorillas and, fucking, they make like jungular sounds, and then fucking, like, the dogs, like, whoa, who let the dogs out? Woo. I think it fed into the furry phenomenon, honestly. I don't know how, I just, like, think it does. It would make sense. Like, if a furry now listens to that music, they'll be like, oh yeah, it's cute, it's me, it's so me. But anyway, who let the dogs out? You. It was you, bitch. The whole time. And you asking the goddamn question to the wrong person. Look in the mirror. Ask yourself, who let the fucking dogs out, bitch? It sure as hell want your granny. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I used to know this white guy named Billy, and he would always do that. Like, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Obviously, he was like poking a little fun in there, but trivializing behaviors and things like that. But when you think about it, sometimes you really do want to do that. Like, I think even us as Hispanic, Mexican oriented people have that thing where we have like our own like cabrón, híjole, we all have our little like grunts and shit. Our own actual sub dialectic within our very own sort of established language. It is very interesting. A lot of words I could use right now, but there's just too much words. There's just too many fucking words. You want to color a popsicle, motherfucker, and the popsicle still tastes the same. God damn. Yeah, we need to break it down a little better, bro. I'm talking about May. But yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 I don't know. It's kind of addictive to do that. Even though white guy fucking couldn't stop doing it. He wasn't racist. Not to me anyway, but he was cool all the time. All the fucking time, so. But he would be telling me like, nah, dude, they like, I was walking with my girlfriend one day and they were talking shit and like hollering at her, and like I yelled at them and they all beat me up. So yeah, he was like really angry about that. And I'm like shit, I don't know what to say about that. I wasn't there, but if that happened to you, I'm fucking extremely sorry. You know, but I wasn't aware. You know, but some people really can't have certain friends. And I understand everybody's different and not everybody trusts each other. So I like being the middle ground mitigating factor between all those things. Like, well, I'm not exactly white. I'm not exactly black. I'm not exactly yellow. I'm not exactly brown. I don't even look Mexican that much. I look kind of like Arab, Hispanic. People think I'm from India. People talk to me in Arabic. And I'm like, dude, and Spanish and then English. And then I've been approached different ways. And I remember there was this guy, I won't even mention his fucking name because everybody probably knows Marty, but this guy is actually cool, you know, unlike other people I would be very, very hesitant to mention. This guy was like, hey man, and he was drunk a little bit too, and I was like, he never says, I always say hi to him every now and then. He's like, you know, sometimes I look at you from afar, I'm like, hey, it's that guy over there. It's that guy. Oh yeah, it must be him. He's walking around. But I can't ever talk to you. You know, you don't really come off as the most approachable guy, you know. I was like, yep, that's me, you know. It's on purpose, but it's not because, you know, it's only the ones who really want to talk to me that talk to me. But I really have a standoffish kind of like face. Everybody always says that when I'm by myself and for myself, my demeanor completely changes. But I think that's anybody in a different situation, different light. But yeah, it's just remembering, you know. I mean, also I'm sober and I haven't smoked weed in like 2 days. I smoked resin yesterday, but it didn't do shit for me, and I didn't even eat that fucking day. It's a good thing because I had puked earlier that day, and anyway, so my stomach's been resting. I've been resting, and that's all I can say about that. So yep, a lot of extra shit, like I said. Oh yeah, so now actually, without further ado, time to talk about the things I've been uploading, and the most recent video that I upped, which obviously I don't have music distribution software program app. I don't subscribe to anything like that, you know, that would protect me or copyright me or do anything, which says a lot. A lot of people are like, don't ever put your shit on YouTube. Don't ever do this. You'll regret it. And someone at this day and age with AI, I can only expect someone to look at my material and be like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do exactly that. I'm just gonna twist this and that here and there and make it mine. There's a lot of true psychopaths out there that will like be like, why don't I bank off this? This guy ain't doing shit with him. He's not thinking straight about what he needs to do. Why don't I take advantage of that? That happens a lot, doesn't it? and then you identify them. You're like, well, I still helped you. And you're like, yeah, but I'm making money and you're not. I'd be like, okay, it doesn't matter, but I made you the money. I fed you. Even though I'm starving, I still fed you. So that gives me, it makes me think about things differently. Like, some man who was able to take advantage of me. And I should learn from my mistakes, but at this day and age, I don't really believe I could do anything. So, but this is my fucking channel for the moment. Anything is liable to happen. It's like a Scanner Darkly, is it not? It's like that fucking movie. That bitch showed me that fucking movie, and I was like, holy motherfucking jumping shitballs. That's legitimately what's fucking happening. Anyway, so I have to fix a few things here because they're not okay. It's very off from what needs to happen here. And just this monitoring thing, because it's like very delayed by several milliseconds, and now my voice is beginning to appear less and less delayed, and we can only do so much. Ain't that right? Alright, there you go. Cool. So yeah, anyway. Hemingway. Shit. I fucking did it again. I said Hemingway every time I say anyway. I should just say Hemingway instead of anyway. Hemingway. That's more satisfactory. But not exactly. So, the newest video I've done. Sorry, I had to make that correction there. But I will pull it up. It's actually called... It's... Obviously, I don't have any hits, like I said. Like I was talking about, someone's going to appropriate my material, but I have videos, I have things that are very proprietary to me. So it's like, why would you even want to try something like that? I don't even think anybody would find it that appealing, because it might even to them sound like AI music, but it really is just me. It sucks that AI came around, right around where I was trying to completely reveal this kind of work, but, you know, I waited too long. Some things don't wait for you, the world keeps going, but El Triste Mendigo, this song that I had actually video for before actually doing it. And these videos were stored. They weren't even recorded by me. They was recorded by a friend who I said I would refer to as Agent Orange. Hello, Agent Orange. Hope you're okay. And they helped me record. In a way, they were like amused to me. A friend who's also amused. There was no strange, well, maybe yes, a strange attraction to our energy, but not necessarily deviantly, so like sexually or something, or even sensually. It was like a combination of getting to know each other as real people, and that was cool. And so this guy and I had a friendship for years by the time this video was recorded. And he helped me record with his own phone, and I used my phone for the monitoring to be able to hear the music. And some parts weren't done like that, but yeah, El Triste Mendigo is like the last thing that I uploaded, and it's something that was made in 2018, really, towards the end, like October, that kind of thing, like a little bit before or after my birthday, which is November 8th. And I was like very young, well, still young, people say, but oh shit, but not young enough to like change the course of certain paths. But yeah, El Triste Mendigo is part of a segment of several songs that were recorded kind of with that premise, and I will upload them and playlist them as such. The state I was in, I just can't even begin to describe, because it would kind of defeat the purpose. But it wouldn't lose its appeal. It would actually gain appeal. But these platforms and all that we're not safe anywhere and at any time. Not people like me. But yeah. Not to wish ill on me or anything, just it happens a lot. And this song was written back in the day when I had a different spirit about me, really. But it's still me. It's still part of me and everything else. I'm also gonna re-upload a few things, or rather reallocate songs from another account into this channel as well, for many reasons. I don't have much subscriber count on my other one. I have more on here, even though I understand the subscribers that I have probably want other kind of content, and content that I won't provide. I mean, shit, I've even been asked for tabs, and I give commentary, but when people start asking for tabs, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I just listen to this. I don't transpose. I'm not music theory guy. I just listen and play, which is not great for longevity, let me tell you. Because if you forget what the fuck you did, you forgot. And sometimes the chops are still there, though, And when you talk about the reality, it's like Jimi Hendrix said. He was on the Cavett show, Dick Cavett. And there was like a weird Freemason dude on his side with like a ring, like blaring it, like brazenly fucking in front of him, like I have this power. And it was almost like he was kind of nervous, and I saw myself in that guy, because I swear I've been in such situations. Not an interview, but fuck. It's where he's saying, you're one of the greatest guitarists of all time, and he's like, oh, no. We're not gonna go there with my ego. He's like, how about I'm the best one sitting in this chair right now? I was so humble. Okay. And he's like, compliments are a problem, because, when you really know what it's like, you know yourself, you know what you wish you could do, and all that, and people are still mesmerized. I'm like, damn. Yeah, that's the only thing I can say. So you really only know that there is greatness, but it's eclipsed by, all these other negative qualities. But they're not negative necessarily, because bad. It's just, it requires work, speculation, study, discipline, effort. E is for effort. And so, yeah. Oh. It's because, I don't know, yesterday it was a little tighter, now it's not so tight. But, I have to probably manually tighten this shit. Or use the stand now. I probably could use this fucking stand I have right here. But I just wanted to do this because that was nifty. Fuck. But yeah, so this song was recorded in Texas. I was young. I'm still young and dumb. Oh, I feel just dumb and old, though. Let's get to that point where I have to fucking sleep again. I'm a weak bitch, but everything, the subject matter of my music, like, sometimes I feel it's very unnecessary to, like, to do the lyrical thing, to, like, to include lyrics in your videos. It just always seem to kind of, I don't know, like, dilute the preciousness of things because of the implications of, like, having to explain an idea that is obviously audible. But I do know that people really fucking mince words. Like, I was using the closed captions on YouTube, and boy, AI might be going somewhere, but those fucking captions need help. Because I swear, like, some of the things they confuse words with, I'm like, dude, that sounds nothing like that. And you, like, added a word, took one out, twisted it. I'm like, this is a problem. It's a huge problem to rely on this technology like this. We're in 2026 and the fucking captions can't get right. I mean, we've had captions for fucking ever. You know, like forever since I was a little kid. I remember there would be like captions on the fucking TV, and now like they still don't get it right. I'm so glad I never paid attention to that. But on certain parts, there's still a lot left out that I wish I could have done, but I didn't want to cheapen even more on my fucking production value, whatever the case. So I accentuated a few lyrical parts and I prompted it to be, illustriously indicated that this is the word, this is the phrase, this is the sentence. Like, don't mix it up, because some people really switch your fucking thought processes up for you. And you're not even there to talk about it. So that's why I did that on that. But sometimes I don't even care. Like, my music it's like Gorgoroth. They consider their lyrics sacred. They don't, publicize them. They don't try not to, I guess. But I'm sure if you ask, you may get a very honorary kind of lyrical referendum. But even then, it's like, I knew people like Darren Beck, God rest his soul. I love you so much, Darren. Thank you for everything. Yeah, he never posted his lyrics, never wrote lyrics. He did have lyrics, but they were very so personal, and he was such an interesting guy because he was like, no, I want my music to be like interpretive. Like, if you hear a certain word, like, I wouldn't mind you like assuming that I'm saying that at all. I was like, wow, what a fucking brilliant mind, allowing people to believe what they want to believe about him and his music and not caring to clarify. God, that's so cool, man. But that's him. And when I asked him personally on Facebook if I could even find his fucking messages anymore, he would like tell me the whole album of like all of well, let's just look it up. His band is Pinkish Black, or was, and they only released 4 albums, and they have a large compendium of things, but it says here, wow, it has their whole thing. Wow, such an amazing palette of things. So studio albums. There's still a few things that I think I've heard everything basically, but it says there's 5 albums, and I swore there were only 4, but there's still one that it's taken time because I think it was only a few songs or something. But discography is Pinkish Black, Raise to the Ground, and Bottom of the Morning, which is like, he sent me these lyrics personally, like the Raise to the Ground one and Bottom of the Morning. I listened to the first one. I listened to all of them basically. Concept Unification, everything, Dial Tone. Oh my god, all these songs, and they're just fucking amazing. I'll just read up on you. Pinkish Black is an American experimental sci-fi avant metal synth doom band from they don't even call themselves that, Fort Worth, Texas. The musical duo includes drums and synthesizer / keyboard only. Ooh. A big reason why I even wanted to get into synths. In 2005, the members were part of an experimental hard rock trio called The Great Tyrant. Oh my fucking god. After Tommy Atkins, the bassist for The Great Tyrant, committed suicide in 2010, the remaining members continued on as a duo, ultimately named Pinkish Black, a misquote from Burroughs from Tommy Atkins himself, which is a play on words. That's a thing I added because I know this. Darren Beck played keyboards and vocals, and John Teague remained on drums and that dude played drums and synthesizer as well. God. So yeah, Darren Becker's amazing guy. Both of them are. Yeah, man, their thing is really interesting, honestly. And I don't even think they missed out on all that much, truly. And his passing hit me like 3 tons of fucking bricks in a train. I was like, what the fuck, man? I don't know. Okay. So yeah, people like that influence me, but anyway, I do kind of both where I'm like mentioning, okay, here's a few focal points of like what I'm talking about, but obviously it's for me because I feel a little discomforted by someone interpreting something very different on something that isn't meant for that kind of interpretation. It's really a direct message to nobody, but it is a direct message in general. And that was the story of El Triste Mendigo, you know, at that time things were very different. COVID had still not hit. But you know, we were all very wary of many things. I was made privy to, not even through my own intentions. And there's more music from that era. Like I said, I would upload. Like El Triste Mendigo is part of an anthology a little bit, you know. There's a separate identity, like an alter ego, I guess, of sorts that I've gone through for many reasons. Obviously, when you're doing a project with a different intention, it's like, I mean, it's not necessarily putting on a different mask, but it's wearing a different face of the same self. To me, it seemed, and that's what was I saying. That's what I was trying to do. Is to go in different directions and not lose my sense of self, even though I'm doing something very different. People always like, you're still not decided, huh? On what you want to do, what you want to be, how you want to sound. And I'm like, no. That's how I realized I shouldn't be playing the music. I should be just creating it, polishing it, and trying to understand as much as I can about it and how to improve what I see that needs that personal touch. But yeah, it is like that. It is like that. And there's just so much here. You know, obviously there's some things that I say, shit, like really let myself go, or really let time go by. And what are we doing, you know? I have mostly material that is mine on here, yet I'm covering songs, and I think the reason I have this many subscriptions is due to the fact that I have done that. You know, in the past I actually had more covers on here, like some Deicide ones, and even Death at some point. I think I covered Conviction, I covered you know, Fuck Your God, I've done The Gift That Keeps On Giving, and I just was like, no. Don't do that. I don't have any copies of any of that shit anymore. I don't. I had a lot of views on that Fuck Your God one, but I had problems with a lot of it. You know, and I don't believe I'll ever re-upload that. I don't think anybody has a copy of that. It's been on for so many years, more than 10 years, but I didn't even care because I was like, eh. But it is part of my history, musically speaking. And so yeah, all these songs have a story. They all have a concept. They all have a true history with me of why, and the names, and Not all of them. Like the names aren't actually the most important. They're just a part and an extension. And sometimes it's just like off the cuff, like I say. Some things are extremely deliberate and conceptual, and some things are just very over the top, improvised, very experimental, interactive. That's what I would say. But yeah, there's just many ways to look at it, and I can't decide on one. I don't want to decide on either form. So I mean, it's not a good advice to give to people that are coming up and trying to learn music. Be like, oh, yeah, you should have a defining sound. The other day, it's like, what are you gonna play, flamenco? Are you gonna play blues? Are you gonna play jazz? Which one is it, man? I'm like, whose ballpark are we playing on? Like, why does a person need to like define their sound before finding it? What the fuck? I'm still looking. And as long as that's true, and the complete innate dissatisfaction that any creator comes across is part of the motivation, ironically, right? I don't know. It would seem. So yeah. Anyway, Hemingway, I said, too much autism for you. And I'm gonna go on my live on YouTube without the audio, of course. Says one is watching, that must be me. And I do believe I am shadow banned as well. Oh, the connection must be very poor here. Oh yeah. Okay, I don't know if I've gone back, but I think we have restored a little bit of the internet. I'm gonna make an interruption. Do not fucking show this shit again. No, pull up the DAX again. Damn, it's having trouble, huh? Yep. Says, yep, what I thought it would say. Nothing from nothing. And it's okay. This is a very personal blogging thing, and do not apologize for that. Oh, sir. I think we all know what I'm about. You alright? I don't know. You need to have more bravado or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, I said everything I needed to say about the music, about what I do as a cybernetic activity, and I think I laid it out pretty well. Well, I could do a few things, who knows? Or not, actually. There's too much wake. Too much wake. Too much buoyancy. Thank you. This has been a complete displeasure. Joel Sony. From the whole American continent, the entire Amaraku continent, biatch, salutes you. And I exit miserably